Welcome everyone to the second JavaScript practical code class. So today we will write our first JavaScript code. So let's suppose I have created this HTML basic web page, because work in JavaScript you have to create an HTML page. For this I have to first create or write the script tag. It means that I am starting JavaScript code. You can write the script code in the head, you can write it in the body and after body as well, but it's more clear to write it in the head tag, although there are some performance issues when you write it in the body, but we will later discuss them. So first if I want to print something or write something in JavaScript, I have to use document.write, and then I will say something. This is our first class and a semicolon. What does it mean? Document means that this is an object document, and .write is a function, and inside function you may know that a function can be written with an open and closing parentheses, and inside is a text that I want to print. So I want to write on this document some text, and I can do it by document.write. This is our first class. Now for example, if I want to write something else more, document.write, and this is second text. Now if I launch it in the Chrome, so as you can see that the text has been written in JavaScript. This is our first class and this is the second text. But in JavaScript the line break will not occur by itself. In almost all programming languages you have to do something about line break. So in JavaScript what we do, we have to write plus and then double quotes, and inside them I have to say a line break. Plus means that I want to add a line break, so I have to write it in the double quote and then the line break. So this is our line break which we have created in JavaScript. Let us see the effect. As you can see that the line has been break. Now remember that JavaScript is a case sensitive language. If you write instead of D the capital D, so it will not print the result. As you can see that now it's not showing the result. So it means that JavaScript is a case sensitive language. You have to write D. And in JavaScript, if this is a function, we cannot give space in between this function. It will not show the result. You can see that it is not showing the result now. Now if I want to give more spaces inside the text, so JavaScript will not consider it. Let us see. As you can see that the spaces is not appeared in the JavaScript. There is another way, which is through document.getElement by ID, but we will discuss it later. Now if I want to display this code through external JavaScript, then I will simply do one thing. I will copy this code, Control X, and then I will create a new page and I will paste it here, and I will save this file my js.js. Now this time the extension will be .js because this is JavaScript file. And remember that in external JavaScript you do not need the script code because the file is already understood that it is the JavaScript file. But you have to do one thing, you have to just write in the script code the source. And our source in this case is myjs.js. So if I run it, you can see that the text has also appeared through external JavaScript. Now if I want to write some comments in JavaScript, because comments are really important, if you write a huge number of code and later you want to understand your different modules which you have written in practical industry, so in that case other users and yourself, you will be able to easily understand them. Comments will be start with 2 forward slashes. So this is our first class. Now let me give another line break because I want to do some more work. Let me discuss variables. If you want to create variables in JavaScript, you can do it through where. Where means variable. So for example, I am saying that variable a. So what does it mean? It means that I have created the variable with the name a, and I am saying that variable a is equal to 5. So I have assigned some value to my variable a. Now if I want to print it, I will simply write document.write and I will write a, and this time I will not give it in double quotes because it is not a string but it is a variable. So as you can see that the result is 5. Now if I create another variable with the name of x is equal to 2 and another variable with name x is equal to 3, and I say that I am assigning or doing some arithmetic operation, z is equal to x plus y. Now at this time if I want to print, in that case I will write z. So let's see the arithmetic operation result in JavaScript. As you can see that the result is 5. I have the variable d which value is 5 and another variable e which value is also 5, and then I'm saying that document.write d plus e. This will also work. What if I write with it plus and in double quotes 10? Now in that case d value is 5, e value is also 5, so d plus e will be 10, 10 plus 10, but it will not be 20 because the second value is a string and not an integer, so the result will be 10, 10. Let us see the effect. As you can see that the result is 10 and 10. Let me give it a line break so you will see it clearly. As you can see that it's not 20 but it's 10 and 10 because the first two value got added and the second value is a string, as so it is printed as it is. We can also use, instead of document.write, document.get element by id, but we will see it in the next lecture. So today we have discussed some JavaScript basic coding. We have used certain variables and also how to link external JavaScript. We have seen some case sensitive behavior of JavaScript, and we have learned line break, variables, string and integer. So hope guys that it helps you a lot. See you in the next lecture.